Here's the box of Newton sled stuff. These used to be Newton cars, but the wheels were just so troublesome, I got rid of them. It's a sled, slides along. And you're going to be shooting 4 things from this sled. And you're going to be shooting it by burning stuff. So first, you're going to get yourself a tea candle. And the tea candle is just your source of flame. And Abby, watch. You're going to need 1 or more rubber bands. 2 is maybe good. 3 is pushing it. I don't really care how many you use. It's more exciting if you use more, but it's also way more troublesome if you use more. You're going to need a ping pong ball, and you're going to need a couple of masses, a 200-gram mass and a 500-gram mass. And I'm not sure we actually have those, but we just need a light mass. We can find some more if you want, or we can share. This one looks like 500. Probably 500. And then you're also going to need to launch the entire Earth, which I'll explain to you in a minute. So here are 3 things. Ping pong ball. So the idea is we're varying the masses that are getting shot out of this thing. And this is going to be demonstrating all of Newton's laws, which is why it's called a Newton sled. And to shoot it, you're going to need to make loops of string. This is the hardest part. Try to make all your loops of string the same size, or at least as close as you can, so that everything is going to be shot with an equal force. Gianna and Maddie and Zoe, pass it over and then pay attention. This is hard. Watch. I don't know why it's so hard. It's actually easy, but people have a hard time. Orion, look. So here's a string. I'm going to fold it over like this. I'm going to pretend it's just one string, and I'm going to tie a knot in it. And then I'll have a loop. Done. So there's a loop. If you want to trim this off with scissors, you can do that. I'll have some scissors sitting around. We're going to be launching by burning the string. So the next hardest thing is to remember how to do this. Put the rubber band through the loop, which is, I'm making it look pretty hard. And then put the rubber band on the little goal posts over here near the top. There and there. And then you might need somebody to help you do this, unless you have big hands and you're kind of strong. Stretch this back so that the rubber bands are somewhere around that blue line. So I didn't get them quite to the blue line. I'm going to use this other screw. So there are 3 different screws, so that if your loops are different sizes, you can put them on different screws so that every time you're pulling the rubber band back the same amount. And then you're going to put something in here and shoot it out. Now, here's an issue. You want a good launch. You want this thing to go shooting as far as possible out the other side. Look at it from this perspective. If anybody plays football here, what happens if you tackle somebody at the knees? They sort of go like this, right? So you might cut the knees out from under this thing. So if I put this in here like that, it might launch a little bit better. It's going to get pushed right in its middle. But this, it might end up sort of flipping over the top and not getting a good launch. So just think about that. You don't have to be super precise with any of this stuff. Now, you could light this and then burn the string. The problem with using this is when I burn this string, this weight is going to go which way? Left or right? It's going to go left. And what else is going to happen? What's going to happen to the sled? It's going to go which way? To the right. So when it goes to the right, if it goes like this thing may hit this. So there's a better way to burn this, and that's with little toothpicks. Because if they get hit, they don't have a lot of inertia, and this could just kind of slip on by the toothpick. Plus, you can light this toothpick, and then you can hold your hand like this So this just goes right underneath your hand. Now on your sheet, which I'm going to try to find here, you don't have to make careful measurements at all. All you have to do is get 8 bits of data. So I'm launching the 200-gram mass right now. I should be doing this on the floor. And if you want, instead of meters, I don't care what units you use for measuring it. When you burn this string, you measure how far the sled goes. And you measure either how far this object goes, or you just describe how fast it was. So some of these things you'll be able to measure really easily, some you won't. Just get some sort of a record of what happened to the sled and what happened to the object every time you launched. Here goes the launch. Do this on the floor, not on a desk, because I'm not going to be able to see where everything went. Holding my hand out of the way. All right, so the sled went that way. The weight went this way. And if this had been on the floor, I would measure how far this went and how far that went. Or if I can't measure how far, I just describe, oh, this went really, really fast, or this went really slow, or it hardly moved at all. I'm okay with those kinds of things. So all you have to do today, with a couple of other people maximum, is get the data here. Your homework is to answer the questions 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 about this. So you think about what happened. You could do that together today if you want to, but after you're done collecting data, you could work on your rockets. So let me stop this and set the stuff out, and then you can start working. So I'm going to put, there's one last thing that I'm going to have to set up. I'm going to hot glue a stick to the wall, and you're going to use that to launch the entire Earth. So you're launching three things. Ping pong ball, which is very small in mass. You're going to launch a 200-gram mass, which is more mass. 500-gram mass, which is even more. And then you're going to launch the entire Earth. You're going to shoot it that way. That's it. All the stuff. Candles are here. The lighter, you can just light your candle and then carefully carry it to wherever you're going. Rubber bands should be in there. Toothpicks are in there. Anybody wants this already lit tea candle, you can use it. These are the best toothpicks. There's some other good fat toothpicks that don't work as well. I'll set out some masses here. And there should be another white ping pong ball in there. I'll set up the launching of the Earth for you. Yes? Hold on,
How much?
come over. Oh, yeah, just put it over. You're going to need 6 loops eventually. Here's scissors. You can get as much string as you think you need. The weights, some are there. Bean, I'll be with you in a second. I'm going to get more weights out.
This is 200.
Yeah. Thanks for making it better. Yeah. Thanks.
I've got one more 200-gram mass and one more 500-gram mass. When you're done with it, just put them, just pass them around.
How did you rip that so easily?
Pull. Yes.
I saw the wheels.
I'll sign you up right now. And then you can come stay here. This place is right after. That way you can get your data for this. What's that? Sure. If it ends up not being enough, you can get more.